My name is Lydia. I actually live in Highland Park, Illinois, up a little suburb north of Chicago. I'm 51. I have maybe in the last, it's been about 5-6 years, I started having some issues with some joint pain. And back when I was in my younger years, and I kept seeing doctors, they kept looking at me and saying, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. And then finally, about 5-6 years ago, they finally did, more tests. I got other opinions and found out that I have lupus. So with the lupus, I'm feeling a lot of joint pain and a lot of, mostly in my hands. And obviously hands are the worst place that anybody would want pain because we use our hands all the time for everything. And the last thing I wanted is obviously to not be able to do anything or be, not being able to get around. So the doctor gave me medications, of course. So I have tons of pills that I take every day, every morning. And my cousin Harry, got in touch with me and said that he has this, something he wants to talk to me about, that he has this, he didn't tell me exactly what it was. He said, come to my house, I'm going to show you. And I'm like, okay. So I went to his house, sat down, and he started kind of telling me about the patch and the X39. And I was listening. And meanwhile, when I was there, they're like, we're just going to put one on you. So they slapped it on the back of my neck while I was sitting there. And meanwhile, I'm still talking. I'm listening to him, and he's telling me the story and kind of telling him about the lupus and the pains kind of that I was feeling. And he says that this is something that hopefully should help that. I really wanted to get it to you to try it. And pretty much before, I think I was at his house maybe for like an hour, maybe not. I noticed that I wasn't feeling any more pain in my hands. Like, it's really weird. After I sat there and I was like, I started just kind of going like this. And I know right away, because I can't use my hands for long periods of time because they cramp up and they start to hurt. And I was sitting at his house. I tried to do some of the things that would start to hurt and see, and the pain was pretty much gone. I didn't really feel it anymore. So that right away, just on day one, was a big sign for me, because with lupus, thankfully, I don't have a super bad case of it, but they caught it early enough to try to stop it. So I'm really excited that this patch, to see what happens in the next year or 2 years while I'm wearing it. If I can get off these medications, that's something I'm really looking forward to. And a lot of the other youth things, the skin and the college, all that good stuff, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with that. Also, I wanted to share that I actually did have, we had a birthday party this weekend, and I danced a lot and I jumped around a lot, I guess. And I woke up the next morning and legit, I could barely walk. It was painful. Both of my knees, and I never have pain in my knees, really. And both of my knees, I woke up super sore. So I told my husband, as soon as I got up, I'm like, listen, I'm just going to put it, I never put it on my knee. I always put it on the back of my neck. But I said, I know that people said if they have pain, they put it on the spot. So I'm going to do it. So I put it on one of my knees on the side, and I put that in probably about 9:30 in the morning. So by the time I was ready to take it off at night, I was in bed, and I just kind of started pushing my leg around, and I'm like, I don't feel shit. I'm like, it feels good. I'm like, I feel my legs are back. I was able to walk around and no pain. So within 12 hours for that to actually, I've been waiting to try to test it with other stuff. So as things are coming up, I'm trying it out because I really want to see, and I'm spreading the word around and telling friends, especially people that I know that are sick and that could really use it, that they got to try it. It's definitely something that anybody in any types of pain should really give it a shot. For the amount that it costs, it's definitely worth trying. You cannot hurt anything. I would say go for it. So I'm super happy with it and working on sharing it with more.